Oh, a date time. Okay, so then let's see here. So then for the event types, we're going to loop over the event types. So here are our events. Okay, for E10 event types, say, okay, so actually we're going to say query string occurred after equals this. Then query string event type is ET. Whoops. Okay. So then let's say query string event type to ET. So then okay, do that. And then gotta shift this over. All right. And then for CIDs, gosh, there's going to be a whole bunch of them. And we're probably going to have limits too. So, okay, so we have our sleep for 0.2. And yeah. All right. So instead, you know, this was our command here, but instead of it being 4609, we're going to say all, just to see what happens. And whenever all happens, let's see. So we set the for CID and CIDs. We're going to say token ID. If CID is not equal to all, then we're going to set that. Okay. All right, let's try it. And then we're going to quit right after we save. Quit. Where was the to.json? Quit right there. Oh, dash. Shoot. Okay, so there was a limit here. I think there might have only been 20. So we're just going to limit it to, you know, if we were to take that limit out, I wonder if it would have been much larger. So let's play around with this data. frame, not query, and then type equals successful. Okay, so let's say bid entered. And that's we're just going to print the first guy there. So let's open up a new terminal. NFT-CLI. Going to test. Gotta initially environment and test. And let's open up that approved account. Man. Okay, here's one. Okay. ETH price. Okay, so this is iterating over the keys and values. Cool. Transaction. Block number from account. To account. Winner account, none. Quantity 1, duh. Payment token is that. ID is that. Create date. Bid amount. That's what we care about. That's what we care about right there. So let's see. Bid amount, bid amount, bid amount. Okay, so let's do something here. In our dashboard, do we query for, I don't think we query for a particular type of event, but we're going to see. I don't think we do. So we're just going to plot all of it. And I wonder if there's a way to plot based on the type of column it is. But we're going to plot all of it, you know, just to show. And then there's going to be a event type. So here we have okay, so this is a table showing the sales. So what if we were to add a table showing the bids? So we could add that. There could be a container, and this would be an inline container. So then we would show tables in a row. And then perhaps, or maybe we could put it below it. Okay, so this one's going to be complicated. So we're going to have a giant row box, and then in this row box, we're going to have column boxes. In this column box, we're going to have a title, and then the table, and then a title and the table. So to do that, let's go here, and we're going to say query event type equals successful. Okay. And then we're going to put that into a table. and so on. So then we're going to have a, let's call this class is equal to row, and then we're going to say div, then we're going to put this div class equals column, and close that div again, and then we're going to take this okay. So these should show up side by side. So then we're going to query, and this is going to be bid entered. Oh, and we don't, okay, yeah, I'm going to take that out. Just column, column, and then this is the entire row. So in this column, we're going to add bids, then this is going to be sales. Okay. Then I believe there could be a, these could be the same columns here. All right. Now let's remove, wait, let's remove that. And then wait, go back here, and then say all. And I'm trying to remember. Okay, so it is doing it for all of the NFTs. Yeah, that gets the contract. And then are we grouping it? I don't even think we're grouping it, are we? Oh, we are. Cool. Let's see what happens. Got date block. Expected token. Where is date block? What did we forget? What did we forget? Expected what kind of token? Oh. Gotcha. Add little closing quotes. Int argument must be a string or bytes like object or a number, not none type. Well, let us go to here. And say for TP and total prices. Say if TP we're going to return, we're going to append that. Say else. I don't know if we do none or zero. see what happens if we do none. And we say return the results. NumPy.float 64 has no attribute length. Where did we... Do we have a length? So that seemed to happen right at the formatter. Format values. So we had a formatter. That was our only formatter. Has no attribute length. Okay, I'm not sure about this one, so we're going to Google search this one. Okay. Alright, let's try to print out the type and see what happens. Then I think we have to convert it to this is, you know, having an issue trying to convert one of the types. So let's say print type of percent change. Say PCTC type. That's where we're having a problem. So float 64, then a numpy.64. So it is this. How to convert that to a float is what I want to know. Wow, he's just converting it to a float. That's interesting. So we float, and then we format. We say, okay, if numpy.float 64 in string type of percent change. I'm going to say percent change is equal to float percent change. Let's see if that helps us. Oh god, still the same problem. Why? Why? Alright, so it's running through this function. We're converting it to a float, and that doesn't appear to be working. It seems to be... That's strange. So we'll say after. Okay, so we're getting that. Why are we having this issue again? Come on. You know what? It seems to be an outlier for some reason. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to do a try except. We're going to say try to do that. And if we have problems, return just the percent change as is. Okay, so maybe the problem isn't here then. Where is it tripping up? Where? Wow, am I that dumb? Of course. Of course it shows up there. Well, okay, yeah, that's supposed to happen. Then it goes to here, and then it goes to there. Formatters. Escape, classes equals classes. Format column for I and range show number of columns. Interessante. Format column for I and range show number of columns. You know what? If that is the problem, let's return none. See what happens. Or maybe it's just return 0. still? Where the heck is this having a problem? It's always here. Percent type after. And the error happens afterwards. Why? NumPy.float. Interesting. So add a is pi float equals false. So if is pi float equals true. So if is float is true, then we're going to print pre-compare. Where's the error happening? It's so unclear. Zero, zero. Interesting. Float 0, 0. Why is it returning the length of the text? Okay, let's just remove these formatters. I'm tired of this. More than 20 figures have been opened. Whoa. Sheesh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 43. Wow. That is a lot. But for some reason, we're getting that middle dot there. It's not very helpful. I mean, a lot of these haven't even sold. And these are not showing up side by side for some reason. So maybe that's because this formatters has to be none. I think. Need to go to here to HTML. Okay. Let's say to HTML, then formatters. What's it by default? Formatters equals none. Okay, so it has to be none by default. And then we need to somehow stack these one on top of the other. So to do that, we have to have a we have to add to our styles. So to do that, style string. Let's say div is, or not div, row is inline, display inline, maybe inline block, I don't know, we'll just keep that as is, and the column would be, I think the column would just leave blank. And then what we're going to do instead, because those were a lot of NFTs, but it loaded in a decent amount of time. So let's see. If we go back to our test, I'm just kind of curious to see why so many showed up. So we're going to go to here and let's open up our test. And we're going to say event type. You know what? Screw it. I'm just creating problems that are unnecessary. So we're just going to do a fixed set of assets. So we're just going to do, we're going to add a little function that allows us to select a range of NFTs between two numbers. So instead of it being, you know, separated by comma, like if I wanted to do 60 through 70, you know, instead of doing 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, etc., I could say, you know, Cryptopunks, and I could say 60 through 70 as a time saver. So, how would we do that? Here? Okay, so it would be if a hyphen is in this NFT ID string, then we're going to say NFT IDs equal to start, and then NFT ID end is equal to NFT ID string dot split that, and then we're going to say, how would we return all the numbers between two ranges? We're going to run a quick test function real quick. Let's see, range, list of range between, we did 60 to 70, what would happen? And we would have to do 1 over, yeah, so we'd have to say 60 to 71. So we'd have to add 1 to the NFT end, or the NFT ID end. So let's see, NFT IDs is equal to list of, or we're going to do string NFT ID first one call this nid for nid in list of range between the integer of NFT ID start, and we're going to say int NFT ID end, we're going to say +1. There we go. So then we're going to say else that. Okay. Now, let's go back to here. We're just going to do 60 to 70. Asset events. Why would we be getting that problem? 87. Asset events. Well, request was throttled. Wow, of course. So how would we do that? Maybe we, let's add a throttle variable. Or no, we're going to say timeout equals 0.2. You know, so it appears that every time we get this error, we gotta increase this by 1 second. So let's do that. So we're gonna say timeout. And then we're gonna say, how would we, is there a way we could repeat an iteration of a for loop? Curious. Reiterate over for. Gosh. That looks complicated. So how would we do this? If we wanted to reiterate over this because we got some sort of timeout error, then how would we, let's see, how would we do this? Okay, I think we would have to add the while true here, and then we got to put that here, and then at the end we say break, I think. Yeah. So break at the end. Right? No. We can't. Well, I mean, we will break if a certain condition is met. So we're going to say if repeat is false, break. So then we'll say if request was throttled, request was throttled. In string asset. That's, you say repeat is equal to true break. Now, how would we then continue where we were? So we have to add a little I here, ICID, and enumerate CIDs, and then we say right here, we're going to say last, or no, we're going to say current I equals 0. So then what we're going to do is say current I equals I. And then we would put that right, or actually, maybe we just put this at the beginning here. So then we say, and enumerate current I to the end. P is equal to true. Timeout is we add 1 second. Now let's try it.